This is my family's cottage. Not that one, that one. Located on the South Watuppa Pond, it was the jewel in my great-grandparents Doris and Roland's eyes. This place has endured 70 years of family gatherings, parties, and clam boils. But for all the good times that were had on the South Watuppa, there was one dreaded part of early summer that most Morin men would try to avoid at all costs. The annual phone call that it was time to put in the dock. Legend has it that the Watuppa gods gifted our family with a dock in the early 1980s. It's said to have washed up on our beach after a bad storm. To my great-grandfather, this was like winning the lottery, and Christmas morning, all rolled into one 6-foot mass of timber. Roland Morin was a jack of all trades. He seized the opportunity and some tools and got to work. But his ingenuity came at a cost. Whether you were born a Morin or married one, you had one job. Get that f***ing dock in the water.
Yeah, so the process changed on a yearly basis.
What people need to understand is it was this dock in the water, but every year it had to come in and come out because the water froze.
There were times where we wheeled it.
We had to go down the street maybe 200 feet, maybe 300 feet. Grandpa's Bronco dragging this thing behind him with a big trailer hitch on the front, trying to back that thing down without the tires going flat. Tires were only this big on it.
Had to watch out for this one big rock right in the middle of this family member's yard that you had to kind of like stare it around. So you, instead of backing straight down, you had to kind of go and come all the way around it. So we had to attach wheels to it.
And if the water was low, the dock would scrape on the bottom of the driveway and we'd have to muscle it, a bunch of us, and float it out so that the boat could tie onto it and drag it across the pond.
You would think with a project like this, it would be helpful to have, as many people as possible to put it in. But the problem is, sometimes you had people who were down there who were just like hands on hips, useless. So they just stand there and look and stare, just look out.
We were usually hanging off rocks, hanging off some pipe.
And we actually had to row it. It was probably, probably maybe 750 feet. But I do have to say, trying to row it through the pond when the current of the pond, because you do get a current with it, right?
Just the current will take them. The current will take them.
It is going against you, so then we finally got to where we needed to and threw a rope and got it into the, I'd probably have to say that.
But I keep coming back to the fact that it was fun, and there were so many generations that spent time down there, and a lot of it was because of the dock. It was always something that you could play on, run on, jump on. At one point, we had a big slide.
It was special. Everybody enjoyed it. All the kids enjoyed it, especially my kids loved being down the cottage and loved jumping off of it, and so that was really what it was about.
I'll be honest with you, I had a blast on it as a kid. Like when it wasn't part of my responsibility, which was a very short amount of time, but when it wasn't my responsibility to help put it in or take it out, I had a blast on it.
Right now, it's only maybe 8 foot by 8 foot.
Well, we cut it in half. The original 20-foot dock, we cut in half.
So regardless of how much of it is even left, it doesn't matter. Like it's still a huge pain in the ass to get that thing in and out of the water. And then taking it out, let's do it all over again, just backwards.
Well, we'd have to go through the reverse of the process. We'd have to tie it to the boat, disconnect the whole thing, try to get it in. Now, if the pond was low at that point in time, then we really had a tough time because we had to get that thing up onto the end of the driveway.
So if the water was higher or lower, then changes had to be made. It wasn't just doing it in reverse. It was actually, re-engineering how to get it out of the water because there was sometimes a difference in the levels.
Is that going to present a problem?
No, you'll just get out.